And my first interview this afternoon from Batumi in the Women's World Cup is with International Master Deimante Daulyte-Cornette. Deimante, first of all, thank you for coming to the interview. And you are actually the first game to finish this afternoon, which is quite amazing, because nearly 3 hours in and no games had finished. And also you've played a very fine performance. Tell me, first of all, what are your feelings about being here playing in Batumi? What have you been able to see about the city? And how are you feeling in the playing hall and for the game?
Thank you. It's my third World Cup, and it's not my first time in Batumi. I already played here the Olympiad in 2018, and also some World Youth Championship quite a long time ago. Yeah, I like the city. It's very pleasant. We have the sea, and we can take a walk, so it's always nice. Yeah, and about my game, I didn't even realize that I was the first player to finish. So, yeah, it was you who told me. I played a fine game today, and yeah, I'm happy about my result.
So we'll see the game in a minute. Your opponent today was Ahmed Wadifa from Bangladesh. She is a woman international master, and although you do outrate her quite heavily, it's still a first round, and you have to be careful. What were your thoughts going into the game?
Well, I was ready to play a tough game, and I know that the ratings do not always show the real strength of the players. So yeah, I made some good preparation, I think, and it was also thanks to my preparation that I could get quite a pleasant position very soon. So yeah, I was a bit lucky with that.
So you were actually telling me before that she went quite deep into your home preparation. So you were lucky to get something you'd prepared beforehand.
Yeah, exactly. I checked this line only today. And actually she played logical moves, but I think she underestimated some moment when I played bishop g5, and she got some problem with the d6 pawn, because there was always this threat to take on f6, and then the pawn d6 is hanging. So she did another line, she played logical moves, but sometimes it doesn't work. So yeah, that's I was lucky today.
It was a fine performance, and we're going to see it on the tablet now. So if you could just go through the game and tell us the key moments.
So it was a Sicilian defense, which I expected. She's a Najdorf player. I saw she played some rousers, so I just decided to play some sideline, which I have already played, but long time ago, so I'm not sure she expected that. So yeah, after knight f6, there is e5, interesting move, but I decided to go for bishop b5. It's a tricky line. I just wanted to avoid some preparation and just to play, to play the game. So yeah, knight d7. It's not the only move. Bishop d7 is also possible, which leads to different kind of positions. Yeah, so d4, and now I take with the queen, not with the knight, because I just want to develop like I did in the game. So e5, queen d3, and bishop e7. I think maybe it's already an imprecision, because she should have played probably h6 to prevent bishop g5, which happened in the game. But because it's quite unpleasant, I think she didn't realize that she was already in some kind of trouble here, because the thing is that after castle there is bishop d7. Probably it's what she missed. And actually today, when I was preparing, I saw the game, an old game of Kasparov against Svidler, and okay, Svidler played the knight takes d7, and it's very bad immediately for black, because it allows to exchange the dark square bishops, and after long castle, just white is a pawn up. So she played correctly. She played bishop d7. Now bishop takes f6, and the point is that if bishop takes, actually it's the best move. Bishop takes, and queen takes, bishop e6. Black has some compensation, and even here I checked a bit. I was planning to play to exchange the queens, and I think the best way to continue is to play knight d1, just to regroup the pieces, to put the knight on e3, which will protect the pawn on c2, and then put the king into safety, and slowly try to push the pawns on the queen side. But she played g takes. She didn't.
So in that position, you'd have an extra pawn.
Yeah.
But two knights against two bishops.
Yes.
So what do you think the evaluation of the position would be? Slightly better, maybe? Clearly better? What were your thoughts?
It's slightly better for white. I mean, I will put the pressure for sure. It will be difficult for her, but some practical chances are there, yes. But after g takes f6, I think it's just strategically a very bad position for black, because, okay, they saved the pawn for now, but as we will see, I could have win this pawn anyway, and just the king is weakened now, and two bishops are not strong here because the center is closed, especially the dark square bishop. So I played knight d5, which I think is a good move, bishop e6, and I played castle. And now I'm already threatening knight takes e7 and queen takes d6 probably. So she played a good move, I think, rook c8. One, the position is already difficult, so it's not easy to find good moves. But here I think the point is that if I take the bishop, maybe it's also good, I don't know, queen takes, and the point is
Bishop
that...
takes a2 at the end. No?
Bishop takes a2, and I don't have b3. Yeah, exactly. So that's what... Even this, I thought rook takes f6, maybe bishop b3, and if I have to play c3, I don't like because the light squares are a bit weakened, and I cannot put my rook on d1. So I didn't want to bother with that. I thought that the position is so terrible for black to play that I just want to keep this bishop on e7 and continue to improve my pieces. So I played knight h4. I just want to play on the light squares, which are weakened. So rook e8, knight f5. Well, she has to take the knight because there is already... Yeah. If she takes on d5, it's lost because I have queen g3 and just a checkmate on g7. Yeah, so she played this, and queen e5. Okay, king b1. Well, again, I had a possibility to play maybe knight takes e7 and I don't know, queen g3 check. Maybe I was calculating some lines like this, but I don't know. I didn't want to allow some.
Doesn't make much sense to capture the pawn now when you have also the possibility of the kingside attack.
Yeah, exactly. So as I said, I didn't want to release this, to give her a chance to exchange some pieces and just to get an easier position. So I just play some improving moves slowly, just protecting my king a bit. So yeah, rook e1. I just want to play rook e4, queen g3, just attack the king, and okay, queen c4. Here I don't know if I played the best, but I didn't want to exchange the queens. Yeah, her king is weak, so I played queen h3. Again, my idea is to play maybe rook e3 or d3. I have to be a bit careful, but it's the basic idea. So rook c5, b3, queen b5, now rook d1. Simply, okay, computer says it's not the best, but I think it's the winning.
I thought this area of the game you played it very well. b3, rook d1. You're not in a rush, and so you just make sure everything is protected, and at the end, I thought this was very well played.
Yeah, exactly, because I was hesitating to play rook e1 before b3, but then I thought maybe it allows some queen e4, you know, some extra moves, so just want to push her pieces a bit away, and again, it's so difficult for her to play. The bishop is not moving, the king is very bad, the rook is stuck also on e8. So okay, she tried this, but then my queen. Now it's the moment. I protected everything. There are no tricks anymore, and I'm going to take this f6 pawn finally. So now she exchanges the bad bishop, but now everything is collapsing. So after rook d6, she lost some time, but the position is lost.
She lost some time, but there's no way of getting back from this position.
It is coming, yeah, and yeah, there is no defense.
So as I mentioned before to you, before the interview, for those fans out there who have enjoyed this game and want to learn a bit better, there's this famous Smyslov-Rudakovsky 1945 game, which is practically identical. So you played a magnificent game in the style of Smyslov.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a pleasure to play a nice game for the first round. So yeah.
So of course, before we end, this is a 2-game mini match with a tiebreak if the game is tied. Tomorrow you'll play your second game with the black pieces. What are your thoughts going into this second game with your opponent who you've defeated clearly today?
Well, clearly I'm in a favorable position in the match, but actually I have already some bitter experience in the French National Championship. We are also playing the knockout system. And for example, last year in the semifinals, I won the first game, and then I lost the second one. And then in the finals, I did the same. I won the first one, I lost the second one. So both times I had to play the rapid. So I will be very careful, and we'll try just to play as good as I did today.
Good luck tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.